I'm kind of sketched at this, getting down here.
Yeah.
Today's the day. We're going places. Where are we going, Ben?
Jawbone. Jawbone.
Jawbone. Nick's making a reel.
It's happening.
Are you ready for this, Ben?
Yep.
Have you been out there before?
Not to ride. No.
I think we just saw it once.
Yeah, we've driven in and explored it. Big hills.
Big hills. Today's the day.
Finally get to go to Jawbone, don't you?
What are we doing today?
Nothing crazy. Just get acquainted. I think we're just finding a spot for that clinic, but you know how it is. Where'd it go? Woo! It'll be more than that.
With that foreshadowing in mind, let me introduce you to our actual mission. So Rich Larson is coming here to host a clinic in 2 weeks' time, and he's going to be hosting a trail ride with Nick on day 3. So we're on a scouting mission here at Jawbone to go find where we're going to do that day 3. I did not run fast enough for this, but the van had to charge through here to get under this pipe because it's super deep sand wash down there. Something about this place when you first roll in is super intimidating, and it's just got this sense of grandness. We got unpacked and we rolled up to the first spot. The locals call this Disneyland, and it's so massive and cool and just different. It's like a whole different world. Basically, we just rode through this like wash with these huge massive walls everywhere, and it was quite the experience. And this slowly raises up into like a plateau that you come out on. As Nick tells it, it's called Disneyland because it's got these huge banked rollers all over the place, and instead of just going straight through the wash, you just ride up as far as you can on both sides and see what kind of lines you can come up with. Now I know what you're thinking, Catherine, why aren't you up there with them? Well, I was frankly really intimidated when I first rolled in, and I didn't see the line, and I don't like jumping in the middle of those, which is all excuses for I was really intimidated when I first rolled in and just wasn't warmed up.
That was cool. Ryan's big wall. Yeah. First time I went riding with Ryan Nelson is like, you're into stuff like this. Oh, straight up and down. Yeah, that one looks different from the last time I was here.
So the first little bit of this video is just going to be Nick playing around in this Disneyland area. I didn't really do a whole lot of cool stuff. I wasn't feeling very confident. Tons of entertainment coming from Nick while he's scouting a bunch of lines for Rich Larson out here. Nick was so happy with that first run, he had to go for a second one to try and clean it up.
That's what I remember my first day riding with Brian. Everything I did was that. Like, how do you do this?
Don't mind my hand just trying to block the sun glare while Nick rides off a cliff.
I didn't hit it very fast, but I went for it anyway. Still probably sounded better. Just revving it out. That was pretty gnarly, huh? I didn't do it how I wanted. I didn't even see how you did it. So I didn't go. I was like, oh shit, I better start going that way. I'm not gonna make it. Oh, you saved it, dude.
The first time I try and do something cool, Sam's in charge of the camera, and I guess I scared him so much that he was too busy looking at me. But it's okay, because the shadow caught it instead. I like wheelied up this whole feature and just held it until I came back down. You had one job, Sam. I'm just kidding. Thanks for making sure I didn't die.
See the truck and van.
Once we made it out of that canyon, you could actually see how expansive Jawbone truly is. Like, it's not just one big hill. You can see each very defined hill / mountain, whatever you want to call them, and each one of those has their own canyons too. Which means there's some pretty big uphills out here, which is something that I really struggle with. I have a hard time building power, which is something that I'm working on, and this is a great place to be able to practice that. But it's also something that Ben is working on too.
Woo! Ben, make it.
But with each uphill, there's also a downhill, and with each ridge, there's a canyon. And one of the #1 rules of Jawbone is never drop into a canyon that you don't know. Or if you do, you better use some serious caution, because let me tell you, this ravine looked super nice, like it was a great option out.
On this one right here, go to this side. Like into that bush? Don't go where I'm going, go into that bush. Take your time. Should I bust an easy line in?
Yeah, I was thinking about going around.
I mean, you can, but there's more traction right there. You're gonna have to use your brakes. And just be careful. Walk it if you have to.
I love being able to watch Sam just kind of beep-bop his way down here, because it makes me feel pretty confident about the situation. Like, yeah, he's got to kind of wibble-wobble it, but he can walk it. That is until I hear these wonderful words from Nick.
You're gonna help them.
Because truthfully, nothing gives me the heebie-jeebies more than hearing that we're gonna need help navigating a section, which hindsight is 2020, right? As I walked down this, I realized I could have ridden down this, but what I didn't realize was it was actually the section ahead of what we're walking down that we really needed help with.
No, I think you should stay right there, because if something happens to this rock, we could be in trouble. Let's let Ben get down. Come down. There you go. Yeah, shimmy that front over a little bit. There you go, Benny. There you go.
Hard enduro.
Now you're pretty good. Don't go too fast. Okay. Remember, if you lock the front brake, the front end's gonna wash out.
Nice.
Could be a gnarly uphill here.
Hip mobility workouts.
Yeah.
Camping up.
Now this is the section that Ben and I really needed help with. Nick and Sam ended up riding our bikes down. What you can't see is there is actually a series of 2 waterfalls. So this is the second waterfall that Sam's riding around, and then right behind Ben is the first waterfall. But Nick's got a way better perspective on this, so let's go check it out from the bottom.
That's a hell of a line there.
Typical Nick looking at lines for himself instead of how to get Sam down. Just kidding. I just love these shots of people climbing up or down features because I feel like it really sheds some light on how crazy it actually is versus what the camera sees. Come on up, buddy.
I think I could do this line almost. Up it? Yeah. Probably good. I'm kind of sketched at this, getting down here.
Yeah.
I think I gotta go up that way a little more. Yeah, maybe, or right where Catherine's foot, right in front of where Catherine is. I think it looks pretty fine from here, honestly. Right where Catherine is. You got those bushes, like, it's gonna hold the rear tire. Like, that doesn't look too scary to me from right where you're at. Go like here? Yeah, I think so. And then you can just come down here and you're good.
Time for some more perspective.
Little bit at a time. Take your time. Okay. Okay. Yeah, now bring the front end down. Nice, Sam.
Good job.
Nice.
Maybe spotting.
I gotta try this one, dude. That's gonna be sweet if I could attempt it. I felt like I almost had it.
It looked like you almost had it.
I got off balance and I couldn't hold pressure. Yeah, it looked like you got bounced a little.
So after Nick's little project, this canyon started getting really sweet and actually really cool. There's this feature right here where you had to like pivot around and down to get through this little rock slot here. Sam did a good job. And then it was my turn, and I was a little more nervous about it, so I did it in smaller bites. But my big problem was dropping it down. I had never pivoted down before, so it was kind of spooky to me. So I just took it a little bit at a time and kind of picked my way through here.
Way to go! Woo! Nice!
And then on the other side of this slot, it opened up into this really cool rock canyon feature thing, which I'll show you in a hot second. But look at Ben. Instead of pivoting around it, he ended up doing a bunch of clutch pops with his bike at an angle to push his rear tire around that rock.
Good job, Benny. Good job, Benny.
Super creative solution. That was a cool move on his part.
Nice. Good job, dude. Cool. Benny, keep it running.
Did you have a miniature heart attack for Ben? Because I sure did. But this is that cool crumbling rock that I was telling you about. Really fascinating spot. I don't think we could find it again, but I Strava'd it, so we could. And inside this canyon, Nick found himself another really neat project.
I think that'd be pretty tough for almost anyone. Yep. Yeah. Dang it! I wasn't balanced enough to keep it going. I almost could have, I feel like, but shooties!
Those were the most adorable on-trail exclamations I had ever heard, so of course I had to leave them in there for your family entertainment.
It's okay, it's okay.
After 4 solid tries, we decided to keep moving, and we made it out of the canyon, and we went up a new canyon and found a really cool, like, oasis. There was running water in here, lush foliage. It was a neat spot, and frankly, I think it was my favorite canyon of the day, although they were all pretty rad. And then once we made it to the top of this canyon, we dropped back down the other side to head back to the cars, and it was a showstopper, let me tell you.
Yeah, buddy. Nice work, Ben. Yeah. Good job. Shit, dude. Very nice. Rear brake. Oh my God. Atta boy. Nice, dude. That's a tricky one.
That was sketchy.
Good job. That was good, man. That was good.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking, huh?
Yeah, once you stop, it becomes real hard to get going again.
It's hard to... You just keep sliding.
Yeah. There's more front brake power than you think, though, and the fear is front end washing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the feel.
Yeah, so...
Grabbing it and just...
Yeah, so you gotta see what you can get away with, and then the second that it starts to break loose, and then a lot of it is just instincts of riding that stuff enough times to where you kind of know what it's gonna do.
You got it, Catherine.
Good control, though, dude. You didn't crash.
It got sketchy. I almost...
You're probably wondering, where the heck am I? Well, while Ben was going, oh my gosh, I was eating shit hard. Twice.
Yeah.
You made it down. Scary, huh?
Yes. Not so much scary as like you come to a complete stop, but you just keep sliding. You can't slow down. You have to, I don't know how to deal with that yet.
It's tricky. Yeah, sometimes it's best to just keep going, because once you stop,
yeah,
like they said, it's really fucking hard to get going again.
Yeah, when you get off the bike, it's challenging because then the bike's leaning over a little bit. If you stay on it, you can plow into things when you're going down. And as long as you're in that rut, front end's really not going to wash out, so you can use the front brake. You can get pretty crazy with that front brake. In those ruts too, sometimes, I know we both do it, I see you do it too, where you're in it, and sometimes you get sliding, turn your wheel sometimes and jam it against the wall. That's advanced. Yeah, that's advanced.
It is advanced.
That's some, well, it's tricky. It takes some years of riding. Just staying on the bike, realizing that front brake's gonna slow you down. But like we were saying with Ben, it's a matter of knowing like when it's gonna break loose so that you don't just keep squeezing it. You gotta let it roll like anti-lock brakes, but you can squeeze it pretty hard. That was good though. All the stuff we did is tricky, and it's just medium enduro. Like, all the stuff besides some of the stuff I tried, I guess, was pretty hard. Almost harder than you'd have in a hard enduro. But all the other stuff was like easier / the main meat and potatoes of the race.
So that's all for my first ride out at Jawbone. If you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. It helps keep me motivated to make more Fun Guy reality TV.
Tired now? Mojave Thai?
We're gonna go get some Thai food, and we'll see you on the next one.